Right, yeah, my name's Gafordin. I'm the section manager for Traffic Control and Informations team at Warwickshire County Council. But today I'm here on behalf of the Institute of Highways Engineer to inform you of a new course that we've just launched. But before I name the course that we've launched, I go into some details of existing courses that we're already delivering, or CPD events in some cases, right? I'm pleased to say the Institute is going from strength to strength in delivering courses for highway engineers and transportation engineers, I would say as well, looking at the best practices that we've learned over the 2 days, how to deploy the technology that we have and the best practices that have been shared with us by a number of the people that are presented and with the people that I've spoken to during the last 2 days. The IHE runs some CPD events which are open to all of yourself. Majority of the time they're free of charge. And I'm pleased to say during the lockdown procedures, we moved from face-to-face courses because of the restrictions to some online training as well. And that has been really successful in majority of the cases. Our feedback is that people do still prefer face-to-face, but some online courses did actually do quite well from that perspective. So I'm pleased to say. And also the Institute likes to come to these kind of events. I think Gemma is here from IHE that you can obviously liaise with her, find out more courses or how you can achieve professional development through IHE as well. The courses that I've just listed before were really like attendance courses, and you come, you learn, you share experience and what are the best practices. So they're basically a certificate of attendance from that perspective. But the IHE do actually do professional certificates and diplomas from that perspective in the subjects that I've highlighted. And one of the ones I will go into slightly more detail is the traffic signal one. It was the first one that we actually issued, and that's going back over about 15 years ago. And I'm pleased to say I was involved with that with Colin O'Brien from TfL in London. That's been one of our successful ones on 2 places, along with active travel asset management from that perspective. The certificate is equivalent to an academia point of view to MVQ level 3 and the diploma at MVQ level 6. But the benefit of these 2 certificates that are issued by the Institute of Highways Engineers is basically for EngTech, it helps you that certificate, and if you're going for IEng, the diploma will assist you getting those accreditations as well. Talking a bit more about the traffic signal one, I'm pleased to say we talk about from the conception of a signal design to from decommissioning. We talk about from the DFT guidance from chapter 6 up to speed limits of 40 miles per hour, and obviously design manual for road and bridges for where the road is above 40 miles per hour, which is CD 123 from that perspective, and best practice as well. We talked a lot about active travel, catering for pedestrians, cyclists, public transport, and we sort of encourage that, make the delegates who attend that and make them aware. These are the things that you should be looking at. What are your county councils or local authorities' policies and procedures, and what are the best practices that you need to do? Not all traffic signal junctions or pedestrian crossings are the same. The way you design, you have to look at the place that they're in and who you're trying to cater for. In some areas, you will be putting more demands in, touched by Velocity, was you need to cater for pedestrians and cyclists in those instances. Then look at those, what detection systems that you require, and what is the main strategy to use. Is it a VA fixed time system, or is it really going to mover and scoot adaptive point of view? So which is the best one to use predominantly for those locations? So one of the things that when we are in the past, when we've done the traffic signal course, people say, what about ITS? You're not covering that. Because this is already a 4-day course, we tried to bring it on the 4th day, a bit more on ITS, but it wasn't really working, and we had to do something else about it. So what I'm pleased to say, what we did do was do an annual event, actually very similar to this, where we got support from industry, consultants and local authorities to deliver a learning experience. What is best practice? What have you delivered from that side? And actually that was well received in We run that for about 3 years in 2019. Those are the companies that I've highlighted there that supported that particular event. Well attended, I'm pleased to say, from that side. But really, it was still not hitting the mark that what people wanted. Then they said, look, there's so much technology out there. How do we implement that? So that's it, really. What we have now done is launched a 2-day ITS course. It's going to be run on the 13th and 14th of July from our office in Birmingham, from that side. And we've consulted White Willow Consulting Limited. Andy, I'm sure you know, a well-established figure in ITS and to deliver that on our behalf. The course is, like I said, based on 2 days. It'll have 4 modules. Module 1 will be an introduction to ITS. Module 2 will be ITS with traffic signals. We're combining the both together. And then in day 2, modules 3 will be data and IT. And module 4 will be standards and specifications from that point of view. So Andy will bring a team and deliver those that course in those 4 modules. For the modules I've highlighted, there will be like 5 objectives that we're trying to put forward. That's for each of them. We're looking at the concept of what exists policy-wise and how you're going to deliver that within your organizations, either from a supplier's point of view or local authority's point of view, how they want to achieve the best service. Understand what are the benefits of doing that within our existing systems, right? And then you've got the learning outcomes there, right? Awareness, what you're trying to do or what you're trying to achieve. There's a lot of technology out there we see, but what benefit is it going to be delivered from our point, and how we're going to maintain it from that point of view? Because one of the key assets is really, yes, we may be given capital cost to deliver a number of schemes, right? But who's going to pay for the revenue costs and what the implications are? I'm pleased that DFT provided some grant funding to English authorities last year, and the people that were authorities that are successful are delivering those schemes, and hopefully should have been delivered by end of March 2023. So that's good from a recognition from that side, and thank you very much. From Warwickshire County point of view, from my point of view, that we received that funding. But I know a number of neighbouring authorities, right, also are keen to get that funding in the future, and I hope that is available from that perspective. Really, and also the courses that we deliver, like I said, you can get EngTech, CEng from that perspective. But from the IT point of view, I want to make you aware that the Institute can actually give you accreditation in ICT technician or chartered IT professional. So I know some people say, when they're going for like EngTech or IHE, they haven't got that engineering background. But if you've got IT background, if you're working on Scoot systems, databases, validation side of work, CAD-wise, implementation, like the velocity that we talked about, those kind of things that also link onto ITS side. So that accreditation is also available from ourselves. Really, more information, if you require, is from IHE. That's the contact details. Happy to answer any questions, after all the event's almost finished, isn't it, Steve? So we'll do that. But I think majority of people know my name from that side, so that's why I haven't put my email address, because really I want you to guide you to the IHE website, and most of the information that I've spoken to about today is available there. Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.